Okay, been a while since we've done a bit of a video. Back out of bed for a bit, so I thought let's get at it. All right, a couple of new things that have come in. I've got a few of these, as you know, but this one come down from a good mate of mine up in Queensland, well, two good mates really, without going into names. Great mate of mine used to own this, who sold it to another mate of mine, who then sold it to me. Okay, so I know the history of this thing really well. And look, trust me, you can never have enough IFR 500As sitting around the property. We use them in different spots around the place. I've got three now, and I'm using all three in different spots. And but yeah, look, great little units. Okay, thought we'd just have a quick look at the TR-9500. Now this was plug a mic in would help. Kenwood's nice little. There we go. Nice little unit that was their all mode. A lot of people love them for satellite usage, etc., etc. As you can see, FM1, FM2, upper CW and lower sideband. The FM1 and FM2 was basically just the channel spacing. So you went down to 1 kc spacing in 2, 25 kc spacing in 1. So just it was a quick way to get around if you needed to, and. This one's actually got the BO9 base, which is really rare these days. Very hard to find the little battery backup base. I actually haven't got that hooked in at the moment. I'm going to sell this as a complete package, but I just want to do a quick video, so I thought I'd power the radio up. But basically, your BO9 powers up. You had a send receive on there that you could sort of plug through into it, etc., etc. And I think the biggest thing was the battery backup that it gave the unit. Often you used to see these with a PS20 on one side and a SP120 on that side there. Now, if you're the sort of person that does want that entire setup, I'd probably have those bits here. I could dig up, and it just makes it a lot more costly. Adding the two, especially the PS20, they're a very rare supply. But if you've got the 2 meter version of this and you're trying to finish off the collection, yeah, this is a very rare one that I must admit I wasn't going to sell, but I'm just out of room, as you all know, and I've got to get a bit more serious about stop being such a huge hoarder. I was actually running it earlier just on the 2945, but of course 2945 doesn't give you sideband resolution. I thought, well, see, once again, isn't it funny, the cheapy IFR 500A, sorry, is really quite a great little device, because as you'll see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Sorry, I've got a 10 meter station in the back. On the radio I can't turn down at the moment, but VK6 I think. Anyway, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So as we're on deviation at the moment, 6 kilohertz deviation peak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. So a good 4 to 5 kilohertz there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Beautiful. So that's really nice. FM power output. These were a 10 watt units, so as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, around 10 watts there. And when you went to low, it gave you 1 watt. So basically 1 watt, 10 watt unit. And the high-low switch was just there, which you can plug in and out. And as you will see, the meter even indicates pretty much what's happening there. So then we get a sideband, which this is where I like the 500. You can just pretty much click in. If the unit's fairly close to on frequency, generally you just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it'll give you a rough idea of it's fairly close to frequency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, that's lower sideband, 1, 2, 1, 2. And that's actually very, very close to being on frequency in the terms of what you'd check for. The other thing that I found was quite incredible on the 9000s, 9500, sorry, in this case, I'm reading 9000, aren't I? TR9500 is their receiver. Now, if I just inject a little bit of signal into it, now have a look, I'm injecting very much stuff all here. So let's turn the volume of this down, so we've got nothing coming off here. All you're going to hear is off this fella here. Now, what I'll do, I'll go back to FM for a minute, and I shall just bring that level up a little bit. So I've got to bring some tone in here. Let me just set that up. Okay, now back to FM. That's better. Sorry, I had my tone turned down. Helps a bit. Right, so let's go back a bit. Now this is what was interesting. Turn the squelch down. Now we're hearing that just a little bit of noise in there, but we're hearing that at minus 120 dBm. Now if I take that right back, look at this. A bit noisy, sure, but at 0.5 of a microvolt, it is so noise free with some S reading. I mean, it's really, really incredible. Get rid of that noise, bring the squelch back in. So they were extremely sensitive on UHF, no question about that. They were really an amazing little unit. The thing about them was that often, depending on how you were running in the day, back in Oscar 10 days, etc., obviously UHF was generally preferred as the uplink on transmit, so you didn't take advantage of the receiver, although they did reverse that, and you could run 2 meters transmit, 70 centimeters receive on one of the operations, but generally this was the transmitter, and your other one next to it was the receiver on the old Oscar 10 days. And those of you who don't know what Oscar 10 is, because you're a little bit younger than me, it was fantastic until the batteries ran down on the satellite, and unfortunately that really collapsed it. And if you were to ask me what are the new satellites up there like, I actually don't know. I am a little curious myself, so I'll try and update you with that, because we're setting up a whole lot of 9700 with some antennas I got in from Waymo, and a whole lot of circular polarization, switchable, vertical, horizontal, etc. And I just haven't had the time or energy to get that all set up. And the thing is, when you're setting up VHF, UHF, you can't really half-heartedly do it. You need to sort of, especially on this end here, you're going to need, decent heliacs to get through to your antennas. Even your VHF end would be great, if you could run, some decent cables. You've got to keep your distances obviously a little shorter if you can, etc., etc. So yeah, it is a little bit more complex. All right. Now, what else did they have? 6 memories. So not a huge amount of memories, but not that you really need, massive loads. They RF gain, RIT control, and then you had memory switches, noise blanket, dual VFO, which was very common back in the day, and you could scan from a different one level to another as far as frequencies, etc., etc. But overall, it was just a very nice receiver transmitter that had a fantastic combination that just worked. They really did. This one comes with the original MC43, is it? I'm trying to remember now. I think the 43S, or might actually be a different number. The 43S was a TS2000, etc. Yeah, it looks. Yeah, they don't actually put numbers on this one. Anyway, it's the same as a 43S. I'm just trying to remember if it accurately is being described. 43S would be correct, but not sure. Anyway, overall, look, great little radio. And if you're trying to set up, especially if you're trying to match a 2 meter version of this as well, then this is definitely a rare piece of equipment. The BO9 base itself, look, they sell for quite a bit just by themselves, and we're just going to chuck this all in as one heap. So I'll get this advertised up, and but yeah, certainly seems to be working beautifully. It's been here for a number of years actually. It came from a good mate of mine up in Queensland. This was Rick's old radio, vk3cm, and I was collecting a lot of these at the time. I probably got more of these around the place here somewhere. I think I bought 2 or 3 off Rick, and there's others that we'll come up with, I'm sure. But as I'm clearing the shelves at the moment, it just gives you a bit of an idea. If we can chuck it on the service monitor and give you an idea that it actually works. Look, this one, to my knowledge, hasn't been recapped or anything. I don't want to try and say that it's anything that it's not. But its overall condition, and what we were reading on this fella here on the receive side and the transmit side, for that matter, because 1, 2, 3, yeah. Oops, turn the volume up. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and yeah, no, it seems to be going quite well. 1, 2 sideband, which helps if you put on sideband. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, we're putting a lot of gain into that too, by the way. So I could attenuate that back a bit, but yeah, nice little radio. Anyway. We'll get this up on Alan's VK2CA site, and Hopefully this will go to a new home and somebody will enjoy this. We're going to try and get as much as I can done, especially today. I'm having a little bit better day. Just for those that don't know, look, yeah, look, I've hit a bit of a bad patch and we're fixing it. Some of it was a little bit unknown to me, and just health-wise, and I've just had to make some changes. So I've lost about 2 or 3 weeks, and so I'm a little behind right now, but hopefully with the injections I'm taking and the stuff that I'm having to, there's some sickening drugs, trust me, but if I just keep on that sort of drug regime, we should get there. It's just a matter of sticking to the plan and trying to hang in there. But there's a lot of stuff that's got to come up. I'm just having trouble getting it all to video and getting it on to the various sites, but just hang in there, because a lot coming up. All right, thanks guys. 73's all the best. VK3 Charlie Mike Tango Malenga, Northeast Victoria. Cheers.